We are going to try some regenerative farming. Well, here in New Zealand, we actually do with our pasture grazing what the rest of the world considers regenerative grazing. But what we're going to do is, because we're starting to get into a pretty big pasture surplus and we've got no real way to harvest it despite having as many mouths as possible on the farm, we're going to lock up some paddocks and we're going to try and let them naturally reseed themselves. I had a few paddocks that got a little bit damaged over calving and I was thinking about stitching in some annual grass, but now we have this opportunity to try and do it naturally at a super low cost, and that's going to allow us to bank some feed and carry that forward. Now we're obviously going to do it in good quality paddocks with more recent high quality seed cultivars, not like this paddock here because this paddock's pretty rubbish, and hopefully that will allow us to really thicken the sward. This pasture will obviously lose a bit of quality because it's going to go so long and a little bit rank, but what we're going to do is try push that feed another 6 to 8 weeks out from now, and hopefully that will come in at roughly the same time we can graze that once those seeds become viable, at the same time as our turnips are ready to start eating. So we'll be able to balance that lack of quality out with some good ME feed in the turnips that has a bit of extra protein in it. So I'm going to document it and let's see how it goes. I think I might have to rename this series because I can no longer call it vlogging every single day until 10,000 followers, because we cracked it, team. 2 days ago we absolutely smashed out the park thanks to the red milk in the vat video that went reasonably viral, which was crazy. Probably the most video views I've ever got on any content ever. So that was awesome. Pretty controversial topic, I suppose. So we started a day off with some milking, and then we had to go get this steel rod from my dad's engineering workshop because we needed to unblock our PK silo, which was playing up. There were some clumps in there. We'll jam that down there and we'll get it cranked out. Anyway, head home for some lunch after that. It was a bit of a long morning, really. Not much went my way. And then after lunch, of course, we're going to set up for our girlies, get our girlies in, and then their paddock is looking nice and lush. So we've changed things up a little bit with our grazing. We're going to mix up some high quality stuff with some lower quality stuff now. Originally I was just trying to keep on top of everything, so grazing the longest paddocks, but now they're getting away. We know what we need to do, keep some good quality in there. Here's our first herd coming in. They're looking full and happy as. Few cows on today. I think there was about 22, so the numbers are sticking up there. Here's a cow licking up some PK out of the feed bin, if you've ever seen that before. And of course we've got to have our afternoon coffee in the no woke zone mug. Here's Muffin. She's my new pet. I don't know if you watch my stories on Instagram or Facebook, but she's my new friend. I love her. Doing some shopping on the Hallenstein's Black Friday sales because something pretty cool's coming up in that space. And then we headed to Cirilla's Ray White Work do. Some silent discos going on there. I'm not going to join in because I had no beers at all. Just a nice raspberry and coke for me, and that was my day.